Okay, I do not know how well this will record, but we're going to find out because this is the crap that I go through constantly. This is part of the reason I'm changing my phone number. So we're going to, no, wait a minute. We're going to listen. No, let's listen to the first one. I've deleted many of these because my family that I do talk to, they're like, just delete it, don't listen to it, Tiffany. You don't need that in your life, and they are right. Let's put this on speakerphone. Um, I'm posting the number and everything because I have my own life to live. And I really shouldn't have to worry about these grown ass women. Um,
I like that picture of mom you put on Facebook, Tiffany. It's your Aunt Teresa. I want you to know I still love you. I always will. I don't know why you hate me so damn much. And the rest of your family, you know what? You'll ask God for forgiveness one day. Bye.
I don't want anything to do with them. I've told them several times. I've told them to quit calling. They were not welcome to call. Um, I was tired of being manipulated. I was tired of being physically abused, monetarily abused, emotionally abused, religious abused. Um, these people, I know they preach about God and the Word of God, but they do not follow any of it because they're supposed to be older and I'm supposed to be younger and dumb. Um, I'm just tired of the second message. These are the last two that I didn't listen to. I just decided to freaking record. I'm just so tired of it. What had happened is the person that's calling is my Aunt Teresa, and she ended up going to Texas and moving in with my mom and my Aunt Brenda. Now, mind you, when I was younger, my Aunt Brenda never abused me. Nothing. If anything, she saved me from my mom most of the time. She has gotten in old age, and my mother now lives there. My mother is using my aunts as flying monkeys to do her bidding to contact me. Let's listen to the second message. Because when I tell people about this stuff, I'm sitting here thinking, this person is not going to believe me. They're going to think I'm crazy. Like, nobody could be as crazy as the people that are freaking hounding me or that are being enablers and flying monkeys to the actual person who is harassing me. These people that are actually doing my mother's bidding, they don't see it like I see it. I see this as harassment by proxy. And what that means is you're harassing me, not really knowing any better because you've had stuff put inside your head and you're not really knowing what's going on anymore because you've been manipulated for so long. That is harassment by proxy. Um you are just as guilty. You are in a state of mind that, well, your mind just isn't good anymore. If you feel you have the need to go out here and harass somebody because your friend or your cousin said that they're a B word or they're just being a dick or whatever, that is harassment by proxy. It is an actual term. It, um, anyway, let's listen because this.
Well, it's coming to the end, Tiffany. You better sit down on some knees and start praying because the way you treat your family, me, your old mother, and your aunt, all those that take care of you when you have a baby that loves you, You will. One day you're going to look back. You know, regret everything you're doing right now. I got more to say to you. I love you. Bye.
The world's gonna end. You better get on your knees and start praying right now. Okay, yeah, eventually the world's gonna end. I don't care when it does. It's just, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And then there's the religious thing again. How I feel about religion. Who the fuck I'm gonna pray to? When you are abused by religion growing up, or I did. What's the word I'm looking for? I rebuked the church. I don't have anything to do with it. I do not curse anybody who does. I try not to talk about it. I know several people who are involved with the church and that's their thing. I don't harass them. I accept them for who they are. They've invited my children to church. I've allowed my children to go to church. I don't believe if I walk into a church, I'm going to fucking burst into flames. This could be a really deep subject for me because, a lot of my abuse was religiously led. And by the wrong people. I totally agree with that. It's just, I know how the Bible works. Both sides. It is a double-edged sword. And manipulators who use religion and the Bible and God, just, it can become a sick freaking world. My aunt who keeps calling me, I don't know what else to do. I've told her several times to never call me again. She has called me from different numbers, or maybe I forgot to save and put it on the do not call list. I don't know. But as soon as I picked up the phone and I realized it was this aunt, I asked her what she wanted. She told me. I told her never call me again, and I hung up. And then I proceeded to get 32 more calls in a freaking row. This is part of narcissistic abuse. It is a recoil effect when a narcissist has a group of people around them. It could be one, it could be many. And these people just, they know the truth deep down, but because they have a sense of loyalty to someone, or they fear they may be put in another situation for speaking out, they fall into the narcissistic abuse manipulation. They do. They fall into it. It's kind of like a group of girls in middle school. You mess with the one, you have to mess with them all. It's tribalism. It's a lot of things that my aunts nor my narcissistic mother will understand the correct terminology. For one, they rarely look anything up. They used to depend on me heavily for accurate answers. Like some of these terms they wouldn't even grab a dictionary, Google, whatever. They wouldn't. I just don't know what to do about this crap anymore except change my number. And that's what I'm using to record the other phone with right now is my new phone. I totally switched companies. Just going with it. I haven't changed my number in 5 years because of it. And last Mother's Day, I went to my grandmother's grave, taking her flowers with my kids and my aunt, the one that was calling that you heard her voice. She was there taking her mother, which is my grandmother, flowers also. Excuse me. It's awfully early in the morning. And I thought, since she was away from my mother and that I thought she was doing good, and I was like, okay, I think you're trying to better yourself. I do. I gave her my number and I told her to call me if she needed help. And I wish to God I'd never given her my number. I wished I'd had walked away that day. I wish there was no way for her to contact me. But my aunt, and I'm not saying this is 100% her fault. She's not completely all there. She is disabled. She has mental disabilities along with alcohol problems. I'm not making excuses. I just know what it is. I'm going to let y'all listen to him one more time.
I like them pictures of Mom used to see on Facebook, Chippy. It's your Aunt Teresa. Now, I want you to know I still love you. I always will. I don't know why you hate me so damn much. And the rest of your family, you know what? You go ask God for forgiveness one day. Bye.
And then the last one, just make sure y'all heard everything that I heard.
So it's coming to the end. You better sit down with your knees and start praying, because the way you treat your family, me, your old mother, and your aunt, all of us that take care of you when you have a baby that loves you, you will. One day you're going to look back. You know, regret everything you're doing right now. I got them on say to you. I love you. Bye.
And by the way, they usually end the conversation. They have no more to say to me. I really wish they didn't have any more to say to me. I really do wish it. Like, leave me alone. Shut the fuck up. But they keep on and keep on and keep on. So, because of the harassment, I'm changing my number for the first time in 5 years. Like, I've literally... The last time I've had to change my number for harassment was 8 years ago. The times in between was because I got no phones. I'm just making this clear. I'm changing my number because of this freaking harassment right here. It has been nonstop. since Mother's Day 2019. And it's crazy. I don't want any part of the chaos. I'm going to post this on my public pages. Because as you see that she loves the picture that I have of her mother on Facebook. So that tells me that they are obviously watching my pages, and I'd already knew it because I know how they are. That's the reason why I leave a lot of stuff open to the public. And it doesn't matter if I have 32 profiles of my mother banned. There's probably 33, 34. I don't accept people on Facebook that I know. I mean, that I don't know. Hell, I don't even accept half the ones I know. I have a very limited number of people on my friends list. I know every single one of them. I know what they've done. I've volunteered with these people. We have worked together on volunteer projects a lot. PTO meetings. We've all been. I know these people. I know who they are. So it's not like I have like so many people on my friends list that someone could be a fake profile. That's not the case. That is definitely not the case. I may have a total of 40 people on my Facebook's friends list. 40. And any pictures that I have of Grandma are unavailable for public view. So I'm posting this, and I'm posting this publicly, that I've told them at least 20 times to stop. In the past year, 20 times at least, to leave me alone. And it's not stopping. These people live in another state now. I'm not sure what I can do about the harassment. Before I knew where they lived, and I could just go to the county sheriff's office and report them. Here, I don't know what I can do 2 or 3 states away. But there's the person's phone number. That is my Aunt Teresa's voice. She is living with my narcissistic mother that I absolutely want zero shits to do with. My entire family knows that I absolutely want nothing to do with my biological mother because of all the abuse to the extremes. And when I say extremes, we are talking pretty foul crap, okay? You'd be surprised that I'm actually a decent human being these days in my adulthood, because a lot of people who went through the stuff that I've gone through, they don't make it out very well, people. But I did have some good people in my life growing up. So, I mean, there's that. Didn't turn out all bad. I didn't. I'm just tired. I take care of my family. And these people just kind of want to latch on to anybody's emotional well-being because they are energy vampires. monetary well-being because, well, they are gold diggers. They're just really piss pot poor gold diggers, but they're gold diggers. They're addicts. As far as I know and can remember, the aunt that's calling me, she has alcohol and drug addictions. The one that is manipulating her, my biological mother, she has prescription and illegal substance addictions. Just crazy. The links that narcissists will go through to contact you, even by proxy. And yes, people, these are actual terms. I'm just sick of it. I want to raise my family. And I have been extremely happy without my biological family in my life. Like, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life, was no contact with my family. And I deserve that happiness. And as an adult, I have the right to be no contact with my family. You can't lie to the courts. You cannot manipulate the courts like they used to when I was a child. You cannot manipulate the laws, because the law pretty much says I have the right to my own mind. Unlike before, where it was, but that's still your mother, but that's your aunt. Okay. So that comes along with the part of the emotional abuse by proxy, is they would go to these churches and give sobby stories about us and all sorts, and people with either like minds or hearts of gold would people from the church with like minds would go out and party with them, and people from the church with hearts of gold would enable them and help support them, even briefly. Like, I have a crap ton of memories, like, really. And there's so much information stored in my brain. Like, y'all would be amazed how well I handle it, okay? But there's that. This is what it is. I'm tired of it. Stop calling me. Stop leaving me messages.